Hello, and welcome to Advanced Movement Tech in Psychonauts 2. This is a series I wanted to make, going over some of the less flashy movement tech that's in this game. I'm going to assume in this video that you have some knowledge of how we move around in a speedrun of this game. So I'm going to assume you know how to surf, you know what a slam cancel is, you know how to sci-hop. If you don't know what those things are, then there's a great video by It's Bites on his YouTube channel that goes over all of these things. Today, though, I wanted to go over wall jumps. So, first of all, I wanted to mention that I'm jumping with L1, the left bumper. So if you see me pressing left bumper, that's what I'm doing. I'm jumping. Let's come up with a scenario here. So let's say we're at this emergency room door and we want to get up to this awning. And let's assume we don't have Pouncy Ball, because it's probably possible to get up there with Pouncy Ball. Now, we could try and wall jump there. You can see we don't really have enough distance. Well, okay, we do have enough distance, but it's pretty hard. Like, it's not going to happen each time. It's pretty difficult. Is there a better way of getting up to this awning? And the answer is yes. So first of all, let's see what's the problem with this wall jump. So the problem with the wall jump is that it has this long, extended animation. It sends you really far away from the wall, and you can't, even if you have a double jump, you can't make it back to the wall. If you have a float, you can't really make it higher than you were before. It just sends you way too far away. But there is something we can do about this, and it's what I call a sticky wall jump. So it looks like that. Let's talk about Psyblast for a second. So Psyblast changes the way your momentum works in the air. It's pretty interesting, and it's going to feature in a lot of these techniques actually. But there's something notable about it, which is that if you're holding Psyblast, you can't jump. You know, so I'm not jumping, and that includes on the wall. So if I'm holding Psyblast, I can't jump like this. But there is a small window before the reticle comes up where you can jump, like this, and that includes on the wall. And if you do a wall jump in this small window, we've changed the trajectory, and now you can double jump back to the wall, and we can make it up to this awning, no problem whatsoever. So, to go over that again, what I'm doing is I'm jumping into the wall, holding onto the wall, pressing Psyblast, and then jumping before the reticle shows up, and I'm holding Psyblast while I'm doing that, holding it so that if I don't hold it, it's just a normal wall jump. But if I hold the Psyblast while I'm doing that, it changes my trajectory in midair. You notice it changes my angle too. I'll mention that in a second in a bit. But it changes my trajectory so that I'm much closer to the wall, and now I can double jump back, or I can glide back, do all numbers of things. It's very useful. Yeah, so that's the basics of it. Jump into the wall, make sure you have a double jump, and jump before the reticle comes up, and you can get a lot of height. The few things I want to point out about this, though, is that what actually happens when you sticky wall jump depends on your angle to the wall. So as you can see, when I press Psyblast, Raz faces the direction that the camera is facing, the direction the Psyblast comes out in. And that is true on the sticky wall jump as well. So if you see, if I'm facing 90 degrees from the wall, and I do a sticky wall jump, Raz is going to face that direction. You can actually use this to turn in midair, so that's pretty useful. But you can see that if I do it straight on, he's going to face the wall. If I do it at like a 45-degree angle, he's going to face the wall, and that affects how the wall jump is going to come out. Because if you're like this, you're generally going to go farther than if you're like this, generally. It also depends on how late you jump. And if you're facing away from the wall, it's not going to, it's basically just going to be a normal wall jump. It's not going to, you're not going to get any distance out of it, really. Yeah, so if you want to get the most height out of this, there's two ways. If you don't have Pouncy Ball, then the way to get the most height is to do a single jump into the wall, then do a double jump, then glide. You notice that when I'm gliding, I am releasing side blast before I glide. That's because if you don't do that, you're gonna glide super slow. So double jump, glide, and then slam. Or instead, glide, slam, cancel. And that's how you get the most height without Pouncy Ball. With Pouncy Ball, what you do is you Pouncy Ball, slam, glide, wait, and slam cancel like that. And yeah, that's how you get the most height out of this move. That's about it for sticky wall jumps. They're very fun to do. It's almost like having a triple jump. And you can scale walls that you never even thought you could before. I hope you have fun with it. Yeah.